City of Miramichi welcome signs. I believe this is to you, Director McTavish.
Thank you, Your Worship, members of council. I'm just going to bring up my presentation here. I just wanted to give council an opportunity to see the new signs that we're putting up around the city. So just to give you a little bit of background, of course, in January 1st, the City of Miramichi did expand due to local government reform. Some of the highway signs that we had coming into our city didn't have any signs at all. So it kind of gave us an opportunity not only to put those signs up, but to put a new face on them. And again, there was also a funding opportunity that the mayor made us aware of through the Department of Environment and Local Government. We sent the request in October and it was approved. And we also sent an application in for the specific locations of the signs with DTI. So I wanted to give you a view of what the new image was. It's very similar to our older signs, but we did add a little bit of nature in there. And then, of course, as per our peace and friendship policy, instead of having just a website along the bottom of the sign, we've added, I guess, a land acknowledgement to respect the territory of the Mi'kmaq people. I'm going to move this little thing just so it's not in the road. So I'd also like to show you some of the locations. So this is Route 117. Heading out to Black River in the former village of Logieville. The border of this particular community may have changed slightly just by a PID number or location, but there's no sign currently there. So we'll be putting what I refer to as a small community sign. It's a 8x4 sign, similar in design, but just a smaller scale to some of our larger ones on Route 117. Route 126 does have one of the larger signs, which are 10 feet by 12 feet. But here our boundaries did change, so we'll be moving it a little bit closer to the community of Barnaby River, and again, just on the border of the City of Miramichi and the rural district properties. Again, on Route 11, our sign is kind of buried behind an electric sign that's on the property of Miramichi Marine. And our true boundary is actually out by the Cyril Road, so we'll be moving out a little bit closer to, again, the airport and where our boundary is. Route 118, so our old boundary used to be at the train bridge on Route 118 in the former village of Nelson, but that has expanded out to Barnaby River, so we'll be installing, again, another community sign, an 8x4 out there, because there's a little bit less traffic on this road than there is on the other itineraries. And finally, Route 430, which is in the Beaverbrook area. So again, our boundaries did expand there. It used to be right around Brookdale Nurseries, but it's quite a bit farther back the road, so we'll be installing another community sign back there. And just to give you an idea of the cost, so when we received our quote, it was approximately $30,000 plus HST. We submitted an application to the province of New Brunswick, and we were awarded $28,000. I say 80%, but they did add the tax on there. And then the City of Miramichi's portion will be $6,500 to have these signs replaced, moved, and installed where there was none before.
Thanks, Director McTavish. We'll open the floor to questions or comments. Councillor Ross Robinson.
Thank you, Worship. Thank you, Director McTavish. That was good. One question on the signs. Should the land acknowledgement be in both languages?
Through the chair to Councillor Ross Robinson, if I did consider that. However, if I try to do the translation and put it on that side, you won't be able to see it. So, you know, especially on the main highways driving at 80 kilometers an hour, you will not be able to see that acknowledgement on the sign because the letters would be too small or would be too far down on the ground. And on the current design, I couldn't do it. Might be able to edit it and change it, but I'll see what I can do.
thank you, follow up if I may.
Yeah,
It'd be my opinion that if we can't do it in both languages, it shouldn't be there. I believe it should be there, but we need to have both languages there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would check that because I think that's a legal requirement, and so I would want to be legally compliant. I would echo the sentiments, and perhaps we could edit it to a shorter version of the acknowledgement, which I would like to see on the sign, but ideally, an edited version in both languages that fits both of the criteria. Councillor Johnston.
Thank you, Your Worship. And for the benefit of the francophone minority in our community, I'll say this in French. La politique langue officielle des provinces du New Brunswick est vraiment importante, mais primordiale. Si on a un panneau pour la ville de Miramichi, c'est nécessaire d'avoir le panneau dans les deux langues officielles, anglais et français. Si tu veux avoir une petite note pour les communautés autochtones, c'est excellent. Mais il faut le message d'être dans les deux langues officielles pour respecter la minorité francophone dans nos villes. Merci.
Just a quick question. Is there plans are we looking at, I understand we took an opportunity here, but will we kind of rolling out this design at all the locations, or is there any kind of plans for like refurbishment beyond these two entrances?
All signs will have the new design, so that was, the 30,000 allowed us to change all of our signs, install the new ones, and yes, so all, the ones I didn't show you were the ones that didn't require any movement, which are Lower Newcastle, the one that's near the UPM mill, and the one that's on the Bathurst Highway. Those are the three locations that will be changed, but not moved.
Thank you. That was my question too. So, I was asking for clarity from the manager. So this is not an item that requires to be sent up and approved because it's already effectively happened. So if council wanted to make adjustments to the locations or the designs, I guess we would proceed with a motion to do so. But I guess maybe I would ask about the request on the bilingual side, which has come from several members of council. Do we need a motion?
That'll be changed. It'll be compliant with the law.
Okay. Outside of a motion.
Outside of a motion, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And anything further? Anyone? Okay. Otherwise, thank you, Director McTavish. We'll look forward to seeing those rolled out. I'll ask for a motion to move to committee of the whole, please. Deputy Mayor Quinn, seconded by Councillor Ross Robinson.